For the last couple of months, I've been receiving subliminal messages from gun magazines. Buy an LCR. 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 What's a gun geek to do? And this episode of the Gun Geek channel is being brought to you by Tex Grepner Outdoors, Mad Bad Voodoo, Bill 13442, Julia, Looking For Me Marbles, and the Armory channel. Thank you very much to you and all my other subscribers. It's why I do it. The Ruger LCR has been on the market for over a year now, and unlike the LCP and the SR9, the LCR has not had a recall. So after getting grilled by magazine after magazine of articles on the LCR, I finally taken the plunge and bought one. One of the things that brought me over was an article in American Rifleman, which finally did a good test of the LCR, basically put 10,000 rounds through it without a failure, and they're going to continue to put a couple of more through. So, without further ado, let's talk about the Ruger LCR. The Ruger LCR comes in this cardboard white box, which contains a manual, something to make you join the NRA, besides the free hat, and some keys. Helps if I show them to you. And a lock, a very nice nylon or cotton or some sort of synthetic type of pouch or case, soft case. And your Ruger LCR itself. And again, if you do use this lock, it goes through one of the holes in the cylinder, and that'll keep you from even closing it. Don't hang it through here or through here, but you know that. Let's talk about some of the specifications of the Ruger LCR. The Ruger LCR would be considered a small concealed carry type or snub nose revolver. It is double action, and it's rated for 38 caliber plus P. This is Ty. Say hi. I have mail. There are several types of materials that make up the Ruger LCR. One being 7000 series aluminum, which make up the frame. You have 400 series steel that make up the cylinder, and the barrel, which is shrouded by the aluminum frame here. It's actually inside. You can see it. And you have glass-filled polymer that makes up the fire control system underneath the grip and right up to where it meets the aluminum frame. Another thing that really stands out about the LCR is the cylinder. I'm going to go ahead and open this up again. It is extremely fluted. And again, this is one of the ways that Ruger has saved on weight, making this one of the lightest revolvers in its price range. I'm not saying it's the lightest in the price range. The length of the barrel is 1 7/8 inches long. I would just consider it 2 inches at this point. The cylinder is 5-shot. I'll let you go ahead and see both sides of the cylinder. And again, the trigger pull is double action. One of the really nice things is it's an extremely smooth trigger. Extremely smooth. Now, it's not exactly very light. It is about a 10-pound, 2-ounce trigger pull. But what makes it special is it's very smooth. Another thing that makes this extremely special is that it only weighs 13.5 ounces. If you do purchase the version that has the Crimson Trace laser grip on it instead of this whole grip, you get a little added bonus of a total empty weight of 13 ounces. I paid about $500 for this at the time of this video. Now, it is possible to stage this trigger even though it is an extremely smooth trigger. See that? There is a spot where you can go ahead and stage it, but it takes a lot of practice. As you can see, sometimes I can get it, some things I can't. So after some experience, hopefully I'll be able to stage it consistently. One other thing, and another question that I've noticed on the boards is, okay, I'm right here, right about where the trigger's going to break. See, the cylinder is tight. I know a lot of folks will think that their cylinder is loose, but they're sort of checking it when it's not locked up. The trigger has to be back and it has to be ready to go, and then you can feel a really tight lockup of the cylinder. So when they refer to the cylinder being locked up, that's when it's ready to break. When it's just sitting here with your trigger released, of course there's a low play, and you're going to find that with every revolver. Now, like most modern day revolvers, especially like the Ruger LCR, it states on here to read the manual. And I have mail again. However, in the case of this revolver, I do recommend that you read the manual for several reasons. First, and this is something that I see on many forums concerning the Ruger LCR. Why does my LCR rattle? Is something wrong with it? Is it broke? Well, if you look in the manual on, let's see, page 11, however, that is page 11 on the newest manual. If you have an old manual or the one that originally came with the LCR, it's not in there. But if you have one that basically came out at the end of 2009, it explains on page 11 why you have the rattle, and that is because the transfer bar is loosely fitted in there, so it does not add any weight to the trigger. Next, can I dry fire it? Well, as you probably already know, if the manual said you can't dry fire, I wouldn't be sitting here dry firing it in front of you, but it does also say so on page 13. Now, another thing it says on page 13 is that if you have the plastic safety disc, which comes in the new LCR, you'll have some sort of plastic disc. A lot of revolvers come with it. It says to remove it before dry firing it. I did see one video on YouTube where somebody explained that you put the disc in to dry fire it. No, you want to go ahead and take it out. Last note, on page 14, it states that you do not want to basically short reset the trigger. Specifically what it states is you want to always allow the trigger to come all the way out before pulling it back for your next shot. You must do a full reset on a double action type revolver such as the LCR, or especially the LCR, for it to function properly. You must come all the way out, so you can't short trigger it like this, like a Glock or some other pistols. It's in the manual on page 14. So this has basically been a quick view on the LCR. I will be doing a full review later on once I get it out to the range and get a couple of 100 rounds through it, so I can give you a really good review that I hope you've come to expect from the Gun Geek channel. Again, thank you very much for watching, and come back often, and don't be afraid to comment below and rate it and ask questions. Bye, Ruger LCP. The LCR. Many magazines.